Hey everyone, Kyle with Turpin Landscape Design, out here in Chadds Ford, PA, where a few months ago we wrapped up a pond renovation project. Prior to us coming in, the homeowner did have a pond in the existing layout. Pond was really shallow. We had some really small boulders. Everything was built by hand. As we came in to renovate, one of the big things we needed to tackle was to protect the fish. We went much deeper and then we widened the pond as well. We're a little bit over, I'd say, an 8 by 11. Good protection for the fish. And then as we worked up, very tough landscape to work with, very rocky, it's steep. The original pond, it went up as far as I believe the original builder could go. Us getting in machines, it gave us an opportunity. We could keep climbing up, keep playing around with that natural elevation to where our biofalls now originates, looks like something that we would try to replicate in nature. A big issue that she was running into was with such a shallow pond, not only herring, but she actually had a pretty bad issue with an owl that liked to hang out. He would swoop in and the fish just had nowhere to go to get away from them. She still does have the owl, but we've deepened the pond. The customer still has taken extra precaution. She's put up flags, she has decoy herons, just anything that we can do to help protect the fish. So with any water feature, whether pond, pondless, we always strive to make it look as natural as possible. Natural to us, in my opinion, less is more. We had an opportunity to work with some pretty big boulder. One of the really unique things about this pond build, every boulder actually came off site. So we were able to harvest the boulder that we were using for the renovation. We can't get any more natural than that to blend into the natural scape. As we go behind me, there's a lot of large natural boulder formations that all the boulder that we used, it blends in perfectly. Also, the driftwood that we used came off-site as well. Everything aside from some of the gravel and obviously our components is the only thing that we brought in for this pond renovation. We had a great opportunity to utilize what was already here that automatically blends in to what we have going on behind me. Access on this property was difficult. We had to take down a couple trees in order to get the machines, and especially the right size machines in to handle what we had to work with. Climbing down essentially a rock face, building the pond from one side, working our way out. There's a nice drop over here to my right that we had to get that machine pretty close. It's always been a perk working with the machines, and it's one of the fun parts of the job. This one, we definitely had to take a little extra precaution in movements. Everything had to be pretty strategically planned out. So a question and even a comment that we get all the time is, I love ponds, I love water features, but I don't have the room on my property for one. I think this pond here is a perfect example. We're in a very tight space, large established trees, and we were able to get an 8 by 11. I'd say it's even a little bit larger than an 8 by 11 with a nice waterfall system coming down. We really were able to work with the natural scape in a very tight spot to utilize what the customer had on site, the canvas available, and we really were able to fill that space and to still have a nice manageable size pond ecosystem, and especially with the waterfalls cascading down. Another very important aspect that the client was looking to accomplish, and one of her big interests, is the plantings, not only outside but also inside of the water feature. We are under a complete canopy right now, so we had to be very selective in the plants that we did put in the pond. They had to be able to not only live but be able to grow, thrive in a very shaded environment. Unfortunately, we're out here in the beginning of fall and the plants are doing what they're known to do. They're starting to die off a bit. It's not quite as vibrant right now, but we still have a good amount of hardies that'll come back next year. We were able to incorporate some of the tropical plants as well. Unfortunately, they will be done this year, but we'll get out next year and get this thing planted up even more, and it'll continue to grow, continue to breathe and thrive. So this was one of the first builds of our 2023 season. Every project obviously comes along with its own unique challenges. This one definitely had its unique challenges, just considering access, getting machines where we wanted it to, grades, the environment we had to work in. Obviously, that was always a big focus of us every day going to work. So it was a huge accomplishment for us, not only with the construction of the pond, but also everyone going home safe, the equipment leaving as it showed up. So it was a huge win all around for us. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check back for not only videos like this, but we'll come back in years to come to see how this pond, this specific pond, continues to grow, continues to fill in. So remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.